government has reminded major social media platforms of compliance to Indian laws. Two teams of the Delhi police were at the Twitter India offices in Delhi NCR to summon Twitter officials for ambiguous replies. They wanted to give them a notice on the issue of tagging certain political tweets as manipulated media. Here's why we think that social media giants can't evade the law of the land. Now, there is a larger debate, one about government and Twitter and what's going on with the tagging, and second about the compliance to Indian laws. Take a look.
At 7 p.m, a team of Delhi police reached Twitter's Gurugram office to serve summons. After a brief interaction with the security officials, the Delhi police team returned. At the same time, another police team went to Twitter's Lado Sarai office in New Delhi. These summons were served in connection with alleged Congress toolkit case after Delhi police did not get a satisfactory response from Twitter on the manipulated media tagging. The unilateral tagging of tweets is not the only issue that Twitter is being made answerable for. The government has warned social media giants against non-compliance of February notification, pending which the platforms could face stringent action on May 26th.
The government is very serious. They are not going to let these social media platforms take the government for a ride. The government really wants to crack the whip. There could be a possibility where criminal liabilities could be imposed on these platforms for not having put in place the mechanisms that they had to under those guidelines, and the time that was given is lapsing tomorrow midnight.
The news is tightening on Twitter. Will the microblogging site comply to the law of the land? Let's debate.
Joining us on the debate tonight are Shaina NC spokesperson of the BJP, Ratan Sharda, political analyst and author, RSS ideologue. Joining us live from Mumbai, Srijit Panikkar, political analyst, Sujata Paul, political analyst, leans towards the Congress party. Ashutosh Mishra, senior journalist, is with us on the show. Soneet Chopra will be joining us along with Syed Asad Abbas. Now, going by what we know so far and what has happened in the case, now, there are two parts of the story. One is what is happening vis-a-vis government and Twitter. Second, on the non-compliance. Let me first come to the compliance part because it's all part of the larger story. And Shaina can come in. Shaina can come in and Sujata can respond. Now, Shaina, why shouldn't social media platforms be held to account? Now, there was a compliance that the government had asked for in February, we are told. All platforms with a user base of 50 lakhs and above were given a 3-month window to comply with new obligations under the rules, and yet there was only one platform that complied. Any guesses which platform that was? It's called Koo.
Koo.
Only an Indian platform complied with the social media.
Made in India.
Just one. Just one. Now, and my question is, now, under the new obligations, under the rules, only Koo appointed a grievance officer. Others have allowed people to suffer without any information on a nodal officer. And there were 5 criteria, the 5 criteria that was, that were shortlisted, and none of the platforms acted on them. Shaina, should social media platforms fall in line? Is that the message that the government is sending out? Are you trying to read out the Riot Act? Let me ask the question to you. Are you reading the Riot Act to them? And Sujata Paul can respond.
No. But I think any manipulated media needs to be questioned. Last week, the union government had objected to Twitter's classification of the tweet as manipulated media. And the argument was that the matter pending investigation before the law enforcement agency amounts to a company prejudging the outcome. Now, there's a difference between prejudging and prejudice. We have had a number of our leaders, and forget it being a personal viewpoint of the Bharatiya Janata Party, look at it from the viewpoint of the country. There are fact-checking websites. You have Alt News, if I'm not mistaken, that also published a detailed report which establishes that there is enough evidence to suggest that there are people who manipulate. So far, there has not been any kind of exposure, but a statement from Twitter needs to come out. There needs to be a response to the letter which has been sent by the government, And of course, if there is a manipulation when it comes to manipulated media, I think a team of Delhi Police's special cell was carrying out only searches.
No, it's not a search. We were told it's not a search. No, I want. There's a correction there. There's a correction there, and you can maybe clarify, because we were told those are not searches. They were there, and there was an official statement that came in. Hold on, because there is ambiguity on that, and I want to be very careful about what we put out, because some called it a search and a raid, but officially I have the statement, the cell, there is a Delhi Police Special Cell statement. They have said, and I quote on record, the Delhi Police team went to Twitter office to serve a notice to Twitter as part of a routine process. This was necessitated as we wanted to ascertain who's the right person to serve a notice, as replies by Twitter India MD have been very ambiguous. So it's not a raid. It's not a search. Let's be clear about that, because some will want to give it a spin, saying that Twitter was raided and searched. It was not. Sujata, you want to respond to that?
Can I? Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
let Shaina, okay, wait. One sec. Shaina, complete, make your point, 20 seconds more and let her respond. Yeah.
Look, on May 18th, there was a Congress agenda of toolkit on COVID pandemic. There were lots of responses that came. Those responses apart, if there is a false negative narrative which is being constantly played out by certain sections of the media or Twitter endorsed, I think they need to come out with a clear statement. They haven't even responded to the government's letters in the past. We know that ensuring grievance redressal has to be a part that the platform complies with, and there had been a deadline last March as well. And we know that if you are using any harmful content or anti-India content, the government is well within its jurisdiction to check if they are complying or not complying. And Twitter chooses to be, playing this kind of role which is manipulative, and this manipulative media tag. I think that the government it's not a government versus Twitter. It's a compliance versus a platform, which is more important. That's the point.
Let her respond now. Sujata.
As far as Twitter's manipulated media is concerned, it is a fact that this entire manipulation was done by the BJP. Because I'll talk about it for a second and then move on. Why is it that the information which was collected from various social media platforms to substantiate what was there in their toolkit came in before, and the toolkit came later? That itself proves the point. Now, if they have been told that they are putting forth a manipulated media, why are they getting so offensive? Why are they trying to gag social media? Why are they trying to gag Twitter? Just because they are not complying with their orders of not gagging them when they are making a mistake. Well, Twitter should be fair, and Twitter should gag anybody who uses their platform to malign the country or malign anybody. Listen, can I complete? I didn't speak a word.
Okay, Shaina, let her complete.
If something wrong is happening, that should not happen. An offense is an offense. If it is committed against you, it will be an offense. If it is committed against me, it will be an offense. But trying to come down upon it, as part of the government agenda, because the Prime Minister's image needs to be protected, that is wrong.
Second.
It is the government that needs to protect the country, not one particular
social media giant that
because
doesn't
that
choose to
toolkit
comply
that you're talking
with
about
platform
only focused
compliance
on the Prime Minister's image.
Why shouldn't they be pulled up, and they haven't even responded to the letters of the honorable government?
We have freedom of speech. It comes with limitations, but let us not get into a space where we are going to try and gag anybody who's questioning the government, anybody who's questioning anybody who's
One
doing
second.
wrong.
Now, one second. Shaina, one second. Now, I want to bring in Ratan Sharda for a minute, please, because I have many other guests I need to go to.
Niranjan?
No, Shaina, 1 second. No, Ratan Sharda can take that question. 1 second. I'll tell you something. Yeah, you have a point, Sujata. Yes, they must pull down fake content and manipulated media, but how can Twitter judge what is fake or manipulated media when it's a subject of investigation?
They're not arbitrators.
Yeah. No, 1 second. How can they investigate? My point is, how can they investigate when a complaint has been filed by the Congress party last I checked?
Absolutely, Niranjan.
1 second, Sir Abbas,
yes.
calm down. 1 second. Ratan Sharda, I'm going to Ratan Sharda. Ratan Sharda, look at this.
Okay.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Now, I just wanted to ask you a question, right? based on what we know about what has happened today. Okay? Today, we are told that every time the government asks for something, right, the standard reply is that they will await instructions from their company headquarters in the US, who in turn on their own ex parte assessment take a view. Okay, that's the standard response. Now listen to this. They do business in India. They earn revenue out of India. But the grievance redressal will have to await instructions from the USA, Ratan Sharda. Isn't that bizarre?
See, first of all, let me admit that I find that this debate should have two sides. It is a question of national sovereignty. I had thought that every speaker here today would be very firm that India cannot be bullied, that we cannot be monitored and controlled by outside media. That is the basic question. Now, coming to the issue today, it is not Twitter alone. Please let us not limit our discussion, our debate on how BJP is humiliated or how Congress is humiliated in the social media by big tech giants. Big tech giants are trying to control the narrative around the world. Facebook has admitted it. Twitter has admitted it. Google has paid billions of dollars fine to the European Union trying to monopolize the businesses. The Parler, another competition, Twitter was deplatformed by Google and iOS. Look at the danger. Danger is that whatever doesn't suit these big tech giants, whatever doesn't suit them, like in old times, MSC used to topple the governments. These people are going to control the narrative. So all these people who are trying to make it a joke about BJP and Congress, beware. It is a question of India's sovereignty. Secondly, did we ever question that our data lies outside India, whether it's Congress or BJP government? That what kind of sovereignty we talk about when we use Twitter and WhatsApp for business of government and banking? And this entire stupidity is that a Desi Kaptan goes to a building to find who is responsible. When a multinational corporations open an office in India, do they have a rule? Does government make a rule that they must have XYZ office bearers in that office? No. There are many giants who have no responsible managers sitting in India, and they are doing billion-dollar business. So whether there is a ban on BJP tweet or anybody else's question is, how are we going to control the big giants if they are going to show us a big, thumb a nose at us by not having responsible managers? This is the duty of any corporate company which is running billions of dollars of business to have a responsible person sitting in India. If they are not going to follow the Indian laws, they better get out. I am not asking for a ban, but I am asking all these people are being controlled. The same giants go and beg before China for business. Google is banned. It works for their own operating system quietly. Twitter is banned, but it bids for China. When you write Wuhan virus, you are banned. When you write something against China, you are banned. So this kind of approach of social media and big tech giants is all question of funds and monies they make. And we sitting quietly and very vaguely write letters. If they give a damn to you when Parliament Committee sends a letter, they show you a thumb when you ask them to come for respond to a particular mail. So the government has to show spine. Government has to show definite way of moving till the end. They must think it through. They must make laws that any giant working here in India, any industry, should have a responsible person responsible for their operations, for their behavior, not show us some finger towards USA or Europe. I don't accept it. So that is where the problem lies. Our data sovereignty, our sovereignty of the nation, not Congress, BJP or communists. I'm sorry, this kind of debate doesn't do good for India.
Yeah, Ashutosh Mishra will respond to that. Ashutosh, isn't it fair to just ask for, and they had asked for it in February 25th, 2021, the government of India had asked all social media companies to comply to the new rules. Simple questions like they wanted officers and contact addresses in India, grievance redressal details, active monitoring of harmful content, compliance report. It's a monthly compliance report on how they did all of the above, and removal of or disabling access to objectionable information. Now, it's as simple as that. Now, there seems to be a problem in complying with Indian laws, Ashutosh.
What was the last straw for Modi government is when Twitter crossed the Lakshman Rekha and called out the liars in BJP. This is not USA where they can ban President Trump, where Twitter can ban just TikTok. This is New India where Mr. Modi will come on TV and mislead the nation on intrusion by China and hope to get away by calling anyone and everyone who questions the truth being twisted as anti-national. This is exactly what's happening. And now what we are seeing, whether it be a comedian or protesters, they are bullied by the government, they are put behind bars. The court will later release them and pull up the government. But the government has had it fun by punishing these people. Now it's a question of freedom
So my
of speech.
question is,
when you join a particular,
like Jayachan did,
let's say Twitter or
are you
whatever,
going to for overseas
if they are
uncles to
saying it is
take down
manipulated
BJP
media,
because you cannot
the
take
government
BJP
should
directly?
prove that this is not manipulated media. Why is the
Mr.
government
Ashutosh
batting
Mishra,
for
get beyond party
private
politics.
people?
Are you
Is
going
it
to
just
call in
because
overseas
they are
uncles to
BJP
save
people?
your skin?
If it has other facts which it can present to show that this is not manipulated
Ashutosh
media,
is essentially.
then fine.
Ashutosh, I'll just fix your video, Ashutosh, because it's freezing. Your audio and video is freezing. I'll just fix that. Srijit Panikar, now if I heard Ashutosh correctly in whatever a little I could, he seems to be suggesting that essentially Twitter is taking sides and is calling out the BJP. Now, in his own words, he's saying calling out the BJP. Now, Twitter last we checked was an intermediary, right? Twitter last we checked was an intermediary, right? Srijit?
Yeah, right. Yeah, Niranjan, let me put some facts straight. First thing, we know that Twitter gets actively involved in the politics of all the countries that it operates in. We saw that with the American presidential elections. We saw that in the aftermath of the first wave of the farmers' protest. There were hashtags like, Modi plans farmer homicide, and that created controversy. The government had to approach the organization for some fix. So we know that it happens, and it happens in India too. But the toolkit issue is entirely different, because on the one hand, you have the BJP, which is leveling some allegations against the Congress party. And on the other hand, the Congress is plainly denying it. Now, who is right in this? I do not know. You do not know. We do not know. Who are we to ascertain who is right and wrong in this? Therefore, the matter is pending an inquiry by the law enforcement agencies in the country, and that is how it has to be dealt with. It has to be dealt with the law of the land. Now, what is Twitter's role in it? Twitter is a platform where all the arguments are actually taking place. And therefore, Twitter has to maintain its neutrality. It has to always maintain its neutral position in this issue, and it should not be taking sides. So if at all the intent of Twitter as a platform is to educate its users of what is happening regarding this particular issue, at best it should be tagging or flagging all the tweets related to this particular topic as disputed content. Because as I know and you know and all of us know, this content is disputed. The merit of it is disputed. But we do not know for sure whether it is manipulated content. We do not know whether it is right or wrong at this point of time. So leave that aside to the law enforcement agencies. They will do that. But instead, I have three questions on the action specifically that Twitter took. One, they flagged it as manipulated media. And why should Twitter choose to take sides in this particular issue is my first question. And the second question, how can Twitter ascertain who is right and who is wrong in this issue? How can they decide whether it is manipulated media? Now, the third thing, if they are giving some authority by stamping this as manipulated media, naturally the question is, what is the evidence do you have based on which you are actually doing this? Because the toolkit, even if it is manipulated, it happened outside of Twitter. Therefore, Twitter only knows that this was shared on Twitter and discussions happened. Therefore, if you're giving some stamp of authenticity to what happened here, you must also be knowing that there is a case that is pending before a law enforcement agency here. And therefore, if you have solid evidence to authoritatively say that it is indeed manipulative media, you should be going to the law enforcement agencies by yourself, on your own. Now, all these three things Twitter failed, and therefore I, at this point of time, presume that Twitter has taken sides in this issue.
Yeah.
And they have not flagged the matter appropriately, and therefore the onus is on Twitter to come out with facts before the law enforcement agency. Niranjan.
Yeah, okay. Syed, you can respond to that, and Shaina, you can come. Syed, I'll let Syed respond, and Shaina, you can respond to him. You can respond to both points. Syed.
Quickly to what my friend
one thing.
Srijit has said, I think on the 19th of May, ma'am, I think it's my turn to speak, ma'am. Kindly allow me, please. Thank you. On the 19th of May, there was a letter from the chairman of Social Media Department of Indian National Congress, Mr. Rohan Gupta. Also, there was another authorized signatory of the All India Congress Committee, Mr. Rajiv Gowda, Professor Rajiv Gowda, the chairman of AICC Research Department, where they wrote to Twitter Incorporated, which is at the California, San Francisco, California, where they requested Twitter to kindly please suspend with immediate effect the Twitter accounts of JP Nadda, of Samit Patra, Mr. BL Santosh, and other BJP functionaries. Why so? Well, the level of allegation was against them for forging the documents, for carrying a fake letterhead of the Indian National Congress Party, and being able to put in something which Congress has nothing to do with it.
What are you
so
saying?
therefore, Twitter took an action. Okay, now coming directly, now what did what did Twitter do? Let me answer, ma'am. Let me answer. Now, what did Twitter do? Twitter basically did not suspend the accounts. Twitter's own team, which is the synthetic, deceptive, manipulated media fact-checking team, came into the picture. Allow me, ma'am. This is allow me to complete my point.
Shaina, give him 20 seconds. Shaina, give him 20 seconds. No, give him 20 seconds.
20 seconds, ma'am. So the synthetic, manipulated media fact-checking team of Twitter, if you've joined Twitter, you will know they went through all their rules, regulation. They found the content, found the BJP, especially said by Mr. Sambit Patra first, after which Mr. JP Nadda and Mr. BL Santosh to be manipulated.
Okay,
media.
one second. At that point, I'll stop you. 1 second. Sayyid Abbas, at that point, I'll stop you. Okay, thank you for saying that. So you're saying there was a fact-checking team in Twitter that went through the facts and they found that it was manipulated. Okay. Now tell me, 1 second, Shaina, 1 second. Shaina, 1 second. So you're saying Twitter has its own investigative agency which called both sides, asked for evidence from both sides, questioned both sides, conducted its own forensic examination, and then found out that it was manipulated and then tagged it as manipulative media. Is that what you're saying? Shaina, is that what he's saying?
Yes.
No, let her respond. You don't say it. Let her respond. Let her respond to you. You've said your piece, let her respond to you.
I don't even want to respond to what he's saying. I just want to state the facts. The Ministry of Electronics and IT has told Twitter that it cannot pass a judgment on the matter. So I didn't interrupt you now. When the Ministry of Electronics and IT sent a letter to Twitter saying you cannot pass a judgment on a matter which is still under investigation and had asked the social media firm to remove the label, it said that such content moderation by Twitter has put a question mark on its status. Now, this is its kind of response. When the government shot off this letter saying you cannot use concepts like manipulated media label to make a point because it's not your place to pass a judgment, and whether it's a political leader or it's about a document that was created to undermine or to derail the efforts of the government, that's another point. I completely agree with what Ratan Sharda ji said. We are fighting a pandemic.
Shaina, I don't think
that we all have to stand united.
I don't think Syed Abbas knows all the facts, because let me educate him 1 second. No, let me educate him 1 minute. 1 minute, let me educate him. Wait, let me educate him.
Why don't you?
Let me educate him a little bit. And Srijit can come in. I saw Srijit nodding his head. Srijit, I want to tell him a little bit about intermediaries and what intermediaries mean under the Indian rules, right? Now, such platforms like Twitter, Syed Abbas, they're called intermediaries, okay? They have exemption from liabilities under Section 79 of the IT Act, which is the Information Technology Act, for any third-party information, data, etc. that is hosted by them, okay? Now, let me tell you, in this case, what happens after they take a stand on an issue without an investigation. Now, though they claim that they have the protection of being an intermediary, but while claiming to be an intermediary, they exercise their discretion to also modify and adjudicate upon the content through their own norms. Like you said, right, there's a fact-checking team, this, that, all of that. Now, if they do that through their own norms without any reference to Indian Constitution or laws, one can appreciate fake posts, right? You can act on fake posts or a post injuring the dignity of women or promoting terror, etc. That's black and white. But to be judgmental on free expression of views, I repeat, but to be judgmental on free expression of views by coloring them as by a self-appointed norm is something that travels beyond the mandate of exemption as an intermediary, which is what they are found to be doing. Srijit, please tell him, was I wrong? Was I wrong in what I said? Srijit is saying it.
On top of that,
Srijit to Syed Abbas.
Niranjan, you are absolutely right. And I have a follow-up question to my friend Syed Abbas. Syed, the problem here is, for any fact-checking website and for any information that is debunked as false, there should be independent verifiable sources which you can check, I can check. Please name a couple of sources that are authentic, which any person who is watching this debate right now can Google on their phones and find out that this issue was scandalous, that this was manipulated. Give me just 2 sources that are authentic, where any neutral person can find. And if you can point that, then I would agree that Twitter also relied on the same authentic sources and removed this content. That is why I said, instead of flagging it as manipulated content, they did not use fake news. They could have used disputed content instead. Please give me these 2 sources, Mr. Syed Abbas.
Definitely. I think I'd like to add on to the point of what Niranjan
2 points. No, you're not answering his question. Answer his question. Syed, answer his question. Don't run away. Don't run.
Allow me to answer.
Don't run.
I'm not running.
Answer. Don't run. Answer the question.
I'm answering.
Answer the question.
And I will try to answer.
2 sources. Answer. No. Answer the question.
First point.
2 sources.
First point.
I'll give you 30 seconds to think.
No problem. Okay. So
this is not done.
This is not done. When any organization,
you don't have the answer, Syed. Okay, Syed, you don't have the answer. Syed, you don't have the answer. You don't have the answer. You don't have the answer. Let me get Ashutosh Mishra. Hold on. You don't have the answer. Concede that you don't have the answer. Ashutosh Mishra is raising his hand. He hasn't spoken. Wait. No, I gave you the chance. You lost the chance. You don't know the answer. Ashutosh Mishra. Ashutosh. No. I let you answer.
No, you did.
It's a 2-word answer and you didn't have them. Ashutosh.
Any organization.
Let Ashutosh speak. Ashutosh. Syed, let Ashutosh speak.
Agrees to the policy.
I'm trying to. Ashutosh, once again, I'm trying to appeal to Syed Abbas to please let you speak. Syed, don't do this, yaar. So far it's been.
Allow me to complete my point.
No. You wait. You've had your turn, man. Hold on. Ashutosh. You hold on. Ashutosh, make your point.
Srijit asked me a question.
Syed Abbas, hold on. Ashutosh.
So what we are seeing here is that the BJP supporters are very cleverly trying to divert the attention from the fact that BJP leaders have been called out for their fakery. BJP is known to present fake news shamelessly time and again. And as I said earlier also, Mr. Modi himself is guilty of misleading the nation on Chinese incursion. So it's not a case of who can present the fact. Twitter banned President Trump in US. It has a team which checks facts, and if the Indian government has something contrary to it, then it should take Twitter to court. Obviously, there is nothing wrong in that. But to ask a platform not to call out the liars would be unfair.
No, but Ashutosh, you're a journalist. Ashutosh, you're a journalist. Tell me, in an investigation where an FIR has been filed, right, and there are 2 sides, an investigation is on. The Congress party has gone to the police, right? So they filed an FIR. Investigation has begun. So my only question to you is, as a senior journalist, how do you come to a conclusion that something is manipulated and tag something as manipulated media before the investigation is complete? That was my point.
So as journalists, we know that there is just like a forensic auditing, forensic check. And by that, when they say manipulated media, they are not questioning what is there about the content, but the way it has been presented, about the things that they have pointed out. Please go and check.
Way it's presented. Okay.
You will know.
Ratan Sharda wants to respond to you.
Does not in any way impede investigation.
Yeah, Ratan Sharda is responding to you.
It's very amusing. It's very amusing when a journalist like Ashutosh, who claims to be a senior journalist, who goes to Uncle Sam, sometimes goes to Uncle Z, sometimes goes to Uncle Khan to validate what is being said in India. I don't understand why don't they have trust in Indian people, Indian judiciary, Indian law systems? If police has not found the source of...
Sir, because it has been using its power to bully opponents, whether it be comedians, whether it be activists.
मैंने आपको बोलने दिया। आप बोल चुके हैं ना, दोबारा रिपीट क्यों करते हैं? क्यों टाइम वेस्ट करते हैं? Repeat argument क्यों करते हैं?
Okay. Don't speak over each other. We've had a decent debate so far. Okay. Ratan Sharda, complete your point.
See, point is, there were 2 issues I raised. One was that this is a question of Indians' right to how they speak, how they behave. Secondly, it's question of international companies trying to roughshod over Indian laws. I also criticize the government, I also criticize the people who run to Uncle Sam or Uncle Z or Uncle Khan because they don't have faith in Indian systems. Secondly, do you know that the Twitter's policy head who was, अरे फिर आप शुरू हो गए, अरे भैया फिर शुरू हो गए, please, जरा चुप करिए आप. आरएसएस कहीं कोर्ट में नहीं जाती, कहीं अंकल सैम के पास नहीं जाती, यही लड़ती है। 10 करोड़ की तनख्वाह मिल रही थी पॉलिसी हेड को ट्विटर को, कहाँ गई वो? So you have a policy head in India who was being paid 10 crores per annum, and she has been dismissed. And where is the question? So what did UPA during its time, when it claims to be such a strong government, that did not put rules, laws in place where they could control how these people set their office up, how they respond to the government, and whether they're responsible to their behavior in India or not? That is the fundamental question. Forget the toolkit. Because toolkit is nothing but standard operating procedure of the operation procedure of the Congress. Everything written in the toolkit, so-called Kotik, I don't even give it importance, is already in existence, can be seen since 2014. Everything written there has happened. Even today, look at the farmers' protest. One side, captain says, nahi jana chahiye. On the second side, Surya Gandhi signs a letter saying that let them do the protest.
That's
let
true.
the COVID spread.
That has happened.
Here is Communist Party man sitting here. He also signed the letter. So where is their own integrity?
Okay, let's Sunit Chopra respond.
I am not even bothered about toolkit is true or false.
Yeah.
It is the question of the
I had a bad line with him, Mr. Sharda. I had a bad line.
Because they think they know everything and they know nothing. Your prime
अरे
minister
भैया आप तो
doesn't know
चाइना की गोद में
anything.
बैठ जाते हो, आप क्या बात करते हो? आपने कहा चाइना ने जो किया गलत किया, आपने कहा कुछ ऐसा, आप तो माओ की पूजा करते इसने करोड़ों मार दिया, आप स्टालिन की पूजा करते करोड़ों मार दिया। आपने भी कहा कि चाइना में सोशल मीडिया क्यों बैन है, गूगल क्यों बैन है?
Okay, I lost it. I lost his line.
Somebody is
Sujata, okay. I have a very bad audio. One second. I have a bad video line with Sunit Chopra. I am only getting his audio. And throughout the debate, I've had a bad line with him. Sujata, you can make a point and then Shaina will have the last word. I'll have very little time.
Yes, China spoke about all news, and all news is the one which has also authenticated that this is manipulated media. Now, as far as Twitter is concerned, it is a private entity and it is working in India as per the laws and regulations in India. And, Section 69 of the IT Act.
Not working as per law. Sorry. Sorry.
69A of the Information Technology Act 2000 has the authority to issue directions for blocking access to information if they...
Twitter doesn't
Let
agree
me-
to what we are saying, they have the
End the
right
debate.
to block us. Isn't that what is done?
Niranjan,
No,
the central government under Section 69A of the Information Technology Act...
Blocking access to information.
Oh, it's not blocking access to information. Okay, you know what? Okay, Sujata, I want to end the debate by making one point. No, I'll tell you. I want to make the, I want to end, I want to, see, all of us here are Indians, right? All of us here are Indians. 1 second, hold on. All of us here are Indians. Shaina, I have to end the debate. I just want to make one point before I end the debate. Okay? See, I'll tell you something. Shaina, I have to end the debate. Let me tell you. No, just think of this. Leave political affiliations aside. Now, 1 second, Shaina. Leave political affiliations aside. Please think of this. Germany has fined Facebook for underreporting fake news. Germany has fined them for underreporting fake news. Singapore has passed a law last year on protection of online falsehoods and manipulation act to prevent electronic communication of falsehoods and safeguard against the use of online communication platforms on falsehoods. India hasn't done that. UK government has created a new National Security Communications Unit to counter fake news. Then why shouldn't India have separate committee to initiate action against organizations and fake news peddlers? Now, let there be an investigation. If it is fake, tag it fake. My only question is, why are you tagging it manipulated media even before the investigation is complete? And one last point and I'll end the debate. Think about this.
That's exactly the point.
Think about this. Last point. Belarus has a legislation. Wait. Belarus has a legislation to check on social media, but India is not. You know what? I'm ending the debate by making the point. India has only asked for contact address and officers, grievance redressal, active monitoring, compliance report, and removal and disabling objectionable information. Simple. They haven't complied with it for 3 months. Thank you for joining us on the debate. And at 10 p.m. we have reports on India's COVID fight back. Continuous coverage from the heart of India on how we are fighting back. Stay tuned.